Welcome back to the freemilesmc YouTube channel, and we are today getting the RE Interceptor 650 back in shape for the next season. Last year I came back from the Balkans with this bike and was right the day before there was salt all over the road back home, so I couldn't get the bike cleaned, so the bike is still dirty. We have to clean the bike. I almost drove straight out of a curve because the brake liquid, the place where I got the bike serviced, messed up changing the brake liquid and told me it was all still fine, and I almost crashed. We have to get that fixed, have to have a look at the brake pads. Also, the light is a bit messed up from all the vibrations. The light changed in its angle. We will have to readjust that. Also, the bike needs to get the valves adjusted. I am not sure how we're going to do this, if I'm going to do that myself, because I right now don't have a lot of time on my hands, and I think I could do it myself, but I think I'm, with the bike still being under warranty and this being the most expensive thing that I own, I most likely will get it to a shop. And we need to make the bike nice for the next season, so polishing the chrome and also maybe some nice extra equipment for the bike. I have gotten a package from Trip Machine Company with some nice leather parts, and we're going to see if those fit on the bike as well. So these are the leather accessories I want to put on the motorcycle. We have here tank pads, a tank belt and a nice leather bag. First problems first, I realized that the oil was low, so I topped up the oil. And that's all we need to do for the oil, as the oil has been changed 2,000 kilometers ago. So I'm now going to fire up the RE Interceptor for the first time since end of November, and it's around 6 degrees. I hope that everything is fine with the battery. Yeah, wish me luck. That thing is not firing up. Let's see if we can push start it. After this somewhat half-assed attempt to push start the bike, let's get the battery out to charge. With the battery out, I charged the battery while filming a project for applying to film uni, and then in the dark I put the battery back in. So we're here the next day. Sadly it rains quite strong, and we're here now back with the bike. I have the battery now in, so it's time to fire up the RE Interceptor, and I hope it works this time. Nothing. Well, that sucks, because the battery now has power, and if the bike doesn't fire up, there's something else wrong. Ugh. Another push start attempt also didn't help, so let's exchange the air filter and the spark plugs, because maybe they're the root of the problem, and also give the bike new fuel just in case. When doing work like this on the spark plugs, especially on a dirty engine, it can make sense to clean the area around the spark plugs with like a little cloth with some brake cleaner. When having a closer look at the spark plug, it looked a bit crusty, so it was good that we definitely were renewing these ones. I've been filming this in mid-February, so the bike has been standing for around 3 months, and fuel has a guaranteed shell life in Germany of around 14 days, so it doesn't hurt to exchange the fuel. New spark plugs and a new air filter and new fuel from the gas station, and I hope that this does the trick and makes the bike fire up.
She fed me with the soup spoon and fed me. I was tripping like a baboon on the Serengeti. She said the second session, Saturday sounds so sweet. She said she'd fix my ankle, put the rhythm in my feet.
It smells a little bit wet. I hope that maybe could be our issue, so let's put in the new one and see if the bike then fires up. I feel I found the cause of our not starting issue. What the fuck is this? I don't exactly know what that liquid was, either water, oil, or bad fuel, or a mixture, but I tried to get it out with a cloth and then by blow drying the spot until it was dry. So let's put new fuel into the motorcycle and see if we now have more luck. Yeah, let's go. Let's pray that it fires up. Yeah, not so much. Let's try again with some starter spray. Okay, let's try again to give it some starter spray. I only have a little bit in there left. 1, 2, 3. That doesn't sound good. It's almost empty. Please, now just fire up. Hui, that sounded good. So I now have the fuel filter open and will spray this stuff directly in there. I hope that running the bike with the fuel filter open or without a fuel filter doesn't bring me into any trouble with the electronics of the motorbike, because I don't know what the computer does, because I'm used to carbureted machines. But yeah, let's go. Okay, it runs. As long as I give it a bit of throttle, about 1.5 millimeters. But that's good. Good. I'm now closing the throttle in the hopes of it not dying. It's running a bit high in the RPMs, but that could be because it's running open. Yeah, let's close that stuff up again. Okay, any kind of weird sounds are gone with everything being closed up again, but I can also hear that the valves need to be adjusted. But luckily for now we have the bike running, we can drive it to the washing garage to get it all washed, and it's really nice that we managed to pull that off before dark. However, washing the bike came with its own set of challenges. After a bursted hose made me completely wet to my knickers, I was of course excited to then still clean the motorbike in around 5 degrees outside temperature. But it wasn't enough of that, so we returned the next day with this cleaning spray from the supermarket and then hosed down the bike again. But it wasn't done with that either. We did some more polishing after and also did some more work, especially on the rear rim back home, until we ran out of cleaning supplies and had the bike roughly 80 to 90% clean. But we were not done. We still had to polish all the chrome on the bike, and the Interceptor has a lot of it. So we now have cleaned the motorcycle and polished the chrome as good as possible, and now the next objective is to get this sticker here off that we put on the motorcycle when we entered Austria, and the law there said that I have to put it on somewhat of a solid part that's not easily to be interchanged, so I put it on the tank on a spot where the paint was already scratched up, which was a bit of a mistake, but now we're going to try to get it off with this hairdryer to heat it up and then peel it off with like my fingernail or something. And wish me luck. And then we're going to put some tank pads on there that are supposed to protect the tank from my jeans. So here I have a spot where my jeans rubbed through the paint of the motorcycle, and I don't want that to happen again. So we are going to put some tank pads on here. Nicely matching in the color. Let's see. Yeah, like this should be fine. So we now still have to wait 24 hours until we can properly rely on it holding, but looks quite nice and will prevent my jeans from rubbing through again. Next up, let's fix the angle of the headlight. For that, I used the reflection of the light on my garage wall to properly align it. After tightening the bolts again on the headlight, let's put the leather accessories on the bike. Thing to put now on the bike for commuting is this practical little leather bag. Because one thing that's really cool about it is it has an extra strap to carry it around, just like as a purse. So we now basically have the RE Interceptor 650 ready for the next season, and I now still replaced the brake liquid after our little situation in Greece that was definitely necessary. It's something that I definitely will give out as a tip. Check if the place you get your bike serviced really actually does the thing you're paying them for, because that is actually kind of dangerous if something with the brake liquid goes wrong. I now have not done anything to the brake pads, because I think the brake pads still have like 3 to 4 months of life back in them, and this is now how the bike looks for the next season. I really like the new leather parts with the new tank pads, the tank belt, and the new nice little bag. Yeah, so definitely loads of riding and maybe the one or other trip coming this year, and definitely like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.